Hello everyone, welcome back. Two things I want to talk about in this video are the conduct of public officials and also the votes that put them there in the first place. I did a video last night, which is this one here, Election Truth on Trial. Why am I the only one talking about this? More of that a little bit later, so stay tuned. Well, what's going on with this for now? We have two issues. And I want to centre in on Basildon Council with this video. It's the conduct of the people within and the conduct of the people when it comes to elections. What you have to understand is free and fair elections underpin everything. If we don't have them, forget it. The whole lot's a waste of time. And also, when you elect people, they have to do what's right for you. And what you end up with is the fact that they get embroiled in party politics and everything else. It's an utter disgrace. It really is. I want to show you this tweet here. This is from James McMurdoch. There's been a suggestion made to me by a colleague of mine that I should try and get him on the channel. So I shall try and reach out to James at some point. The shocking comments in these videos are made by the Labour leader of Basildon Council and his wife, who he chose to give a promotion and pay rise to within his own cabinet. These are not isolated incidents. These are not taken out of context. They've made false police reports, broken electoral law, refused council support to local enterprises that support reform. Well, that's sniffy, isn't it? And that's barely the tip of the iceberg. Councillor Callaghan, resign. You are a disgrace. You've demonstrated the single worst standard of professional conduct of anyone I've ever worked with. In any ordinary job, you would have been sacked many times over. To any independent councillors propping up his coalition, this is now on you. You are giving this man the green light to carry on his abusive conduct. Basildon Labour, the position is untenable. Do what is right for Basildon. Now, what's he going on about? Let's have a look at this, shall we? You know, what people have to understand as well, these governments, these councils, they are ours, the people's. We put our representatives in place to do right by us. And it's becoming more apparent these days, more apparent than it ever was, that something is very wrong with that setup. Have a listen to this.
Still videoing.
Go get a shower.
There you go.
Get some deodorant on.
I don't know anything.
To rip me apart?
I am going to rip you apart in a minute.
What about the little photo downstairs on the door that says no filming?
I know what I'm doing.
Bit rude, isn't it? Let's have another look at that again.
Still videoing.
Go get a shower.
There you go.
Get some deodorant on.
I don't know anything.
To rip me apart?
I am going to rip you apart in a minute.
What about the little photo downstairs on the door that says no filming?
I know what I'm doing.
It's just rude, isn't it? And the one that really stuck out for me was, I'm going to rip you apart in a minute. Really? Is this the conduct we expect from our elected officials, be it councillors, MPs or anything else? And according to James's tweet, it's not an isolated incident either. Well, let's have a look at this. It's over. The independents propping up your majority can no longer turn a blind eye to your conduct. It was always just a matter of time until you went too far. No one is to blame but you. Resign, Councillor Callaghan. And you can see there the retweet. Labour council leader admits to election fraud. Leader of Basildon Council admits on camera that he tallied postal votes and tells the public the election is close. Really? Well, I got that video as well. We'll have a look together, shall we? Here you go.
There is a big, big day in Basildon. There's no two ways about it. We were looking at the postal votes because when they open the postal votes to verify, you can start to see some of the results as to what that looks like. And the truth is, it is really, really close. So I think Reform thought they'd be well ahead. They're not. It is very, very close in terms of Labour and Reform. But in order...
So what this guy's done has breached electoral rules. He's committed electoral fraud live on camera. And I've seen another tweet where all he's done for being called out for it is calling James McMurdoch a woman beater. How very professional. Now, there's a thing that I want to show you, and we'll have a look at that together here. It is called the Representation of the People Act 1983. And this covers literally everything you care to think of with regard to elections in this country, the conduct of those elections and people within, and how to deal with any grievances that might occur as a result of those elections. There's literally pages and pages and pages and pages of it. So you can see how big and how important this actually is to our system of democracy. Because at the end of the day, without free and fair elections, free and fair conduct, what's the bloody point in any of it? Now, where he says what he said is a very, very serious issue, and it breaches election rules. In fact, as was quoted in that piece, election fraud. Now, I draw you to this specifically. Section 66A, prohibition on publication of exit polls. No person shall, before the close of the poll in a parliamentary election, publish any statement relating to the way in which voters have voted at the election, where that statement is or might reasonably be taken to be based on information given by voters after they've voted, or any forecast as to the result of the election, which is or might reasonably be taken to be based on information so given. So that's exactly what he's done by going on camera and broadcasting the results, or you know, how close it is. A person who contravenes subsection 1 is guilty of an offence. A person guilty of an offence under this section is liable, on summary conviction, to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 6 months, or to a fine not exceeding the statutory maximum, or to both. On conviction, on indictment, to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 2 years, or to a fine, or to both. In this section, publish means make available to the public at large, or any section of the public in whatever form and by whatever means. The close of the poll means the time when the polling stations close on the day of the election, or if the poll is taken over more than one day, the last of those days. This section explicitly prohibits publishing exit polls, forecasts, or statements about how voters have voted. That's very key. Before the polls close, with penalties including fines or imprisonment. The restriction applies to candidates, election officials, media, or anyone else who might attempt to disclose such information prematurely. So at the end of the day, he's breached those rules, and you can see there are the severest of penalties. And yet again, it's another example of another Labour council, another Labour body, in fact, where we've got massive problems. Now, just to finish this off, I showed you this picture in a video last night. Here is Graham Moore and myself, and you can see on the board behind us, right in the middle of our heads, that is a list of all of your rights. And one of the rights, which is foremost above anything else, is the right to free and fair elections within this country. And that is something that we're not getting. It's quite obvious. Now, on Thursday, the 16th, if I got my dates right, 14th, yeah, this Thursday coming, I will be at the Royal Courts of Justice to watch the proceedings, and I will leave a video at the end, an end screen at the end of this, so you can go and watch the video. Basically, this appeal is massive, absolutely massive, and no one anywhere is talking about this at all. Here you go. It's all to do with Graham Moore, the returning officer at the Runcorn and Helsby by-election, and Sarah Pochin, who was the beneficiary of what happened because she was returned as the MP. This is a situation where you had an election, at least 4 to 5 different witnesses saw things going on which really shouldn't have been with their own eyes, and somehow the results ended up the way they did. Just to verify, let's say you have a stack of 50 votes for the Tories, and they're counted by bundles, stapled, done. What if you put a Labour vote on the top and a Labour vote on the bottom, and they're counted by bundles? See the problem? Graham saw this in this Labour constituency. He saw this 10 years ago in another Labour constituency. It has to stop. Sanctity, purity of our election system is paramount. Otherwise, all the freemen of the land people and all the others spitting blood and nails might be onto something, and we can't allow that to happen. People in positions of authority need to understand that the severest of punishments will be upheld if any of this impropriety continues. It's not on. I'm sure you can agree. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. Share me on your socials. And as always, I look forward to talking to you soon. Toodaloo.